start off Raw with a fantastic little video package of Jericho and their dominance over the WWE as of late. Hats off to Jim Johnson, if that is who does the score for these, as well as doing everyone's theme songs. He's just a fucking legend. His music's always brilliant. The fans, however, didn't like what happened next, and that was Roman Reigns coming down to the ring. That guy in the production truck with a big sexy smile just tried to show as many kids cheering for Roman as possible, but you could just see children surrounded in a sea of blokes booing. It was quite appalling, really. Reigns says he's going to win at the Rumble and does his usual shtick. Jericho eventually come out. I can't get how fucking over they are. I don't know why they're the heels in this situation and Roman's the face. Well, we all know why, but it just seems silly when the crowd are just all over Roman and they're just, everyone that's over 5 is just behind Jericho and Owens. Jericho accidentally offers Roman a rematch for his US Championship, which Roman obviously jumps all over, and then Owens accepts on Jericho's behalf. Jericho's evidently quite upset with this, but Owens makes a prediction that tonight Roman's going to lose the match and end up stuck in that shark cage. Reigns does his usual, grrr, believe that, and then we move on. Before we get into a singles match between Luke Gallows and Cesaro, we're shown a recap of last week when Sheamus accidentally punched a referee. Gallows and Anderson got a 3 count on Cesaro, but then when the original referee came round, he disqualified Sheamus, meaning that Gallows and Anderson didn't win the belts. This is all building up to a tag team match at the Royal Rumble kickoff show between Cesaro, Gallows and Anderson, where we're going to have 2 referees on hand. During the match it appears that Anderson gets chased off by Sheamus, and then Gallows tries to goad Sheamus into getting Cesaro disqualified, but Sheamus manages to resist. Cesaro has the sharpshooter locked in, and then Anderson returns and jumps Sheamus to cause a distraction. Cesaro breaks the hold, Gallows boots him in the face and hits his eye for the Magic Killer for the win, making the challengers look really strong going into the Royal Rumble. That eye looks nice and sore, doesn't it? Well, seeing as we're a good 20 minutes into the show now, I suppose it's time to let us know that Stephanie McMahon's actually the boss, just in case we forgot. So here she is, belittling Mick Foley and Sami Zayn. Zayn wanted to announce that he was going to be in the Royal Rumble just like everyone else just comes out and announces, but Stephanie decides to make him have a match with Seth Rollins. Then when she sends Sami away, she asks Mick to take her off the loudspeaker and whispers something to him. Although Foley doesn't agree with it, he says he'll do her dirty work since she's the boss and that lot, just in case we forgot. Oh no, not this again. We don't need more sit-down time with the divas. This is just like Sasha and Charlotte all over again, but with Bayley instead of Sasha. I mean, I approve that Corey Graves is the one to sit down and interview people for a change, rather than that jowly excuse of a journalist Michael Cole. At least with Corey it seems somewhat of a normal people conversation, rather than just some little fucking fat piggy with sausage rolls in his pockets blatantly reading off a script. Does anybody else know why Seth bothers putting that wrist tape on? We all know it's going to be on the mat 3 minutes into his match, so I don't see the point really. Anyway, Mick Foley appears, says he's been speaking to Stephanie on the phone. He explains the situation with Sami Zayn having to fight Seth to get into the Royal Rumble, but Stephanie's put a little twist on it, and if Seth loses, he loses his spot in the Rumble. This just solidifies Seth's goals though. He decides he's going to beat Sami, win the Rumble, and then stick it all in Steph's face. Since they're both fighting for the same spot in the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn put on a really great competitive match. Zayn set Rollins up for the haluva kick, but then Rollins stepped out onto the apron. Zayn followed him and then Rollins hit him with a pedigree. As he rolled him into the ring and was about to pin him, Triple H's music hit, which distracted Rollins enough for Zayn to get a sneaky little roll-up and the win. After the match, Rollins is just irate and he just storms into the back, flipping tables and everything. So later on we've got Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho for the United States Championship to look forward to, as well as Bill Goldberg being here promoting Raw and not SmackDown again. Since he's still pissed off with what just happened in the ring, Seth Rollins kicks off backstage and then shouts at Mick Foley. Foley says he doesn't know anything about what just happened, so Rollins decides to bugger off and find out answers for himself. Well, tickle me impressed. WWE have hired someone called Mustafa Ali, and he's a fucking babyface. This is where I'd usually play a nice little game of guess my ethnicity, but it's not needed here. It's just such a shame they went through the Dirty Muzza character 20 times before they realised it. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, Little Davari's in the ring already. Fantastic. And after all that, Ali, Perkins and Gallagher defeat Davari, Nice and Gulak in a fairly decent but again quick match. Ali finished with the inverted 450 splash for the win. Next we've got the New Day come out, they feed the birds/rats in the crowd, and they complain how they've been cut off the last few weeks, but, before they get a chance to get into it, Enzo and Kaz, Joy, of all people, decide that they're going to be the ones to cut them off. They do their 10-minute script, which I think even sends Big E to sleep, and then Kaz announces that he's also in the Royal Rumble too. I like how Kaz just announced it, he doesn't have to fight Seth Rollins. Rusev and Co, aka the Dirty Foreigners, appear, and Rusev announces that he's also in the Royal Rumble match. And then it's Titus ONeil's turn to interrupt someone. The New Day and myself have had enough of Titus ONeil, so Xavier challenges Titus outside, which makes no sense to me whatsoever in the wrestling world, because I thought you settled everything in the ring. Titus says there's no need to get into a one-on-one with Xavier because he's just had an 8-man match green-lighted, so Xavier points out that the numbers don't really add up, it's 5 versus 3 and Lana. This draws a bit of attention towards Lana, and the crowd cheering chuck dollar bills at her, and Rusev pouts while all this happens. And then Titus finally reveals their fourth man, and it's Berserker Braun Strowman. Pretty much same old with everyone in this match. Towards the end it was actually Corey's turn to come on screen since Vince had a wank all the way through so far, and Braun Strowman ends up one-on-one with Enzo Amore, which, to be fair, amused me as well. Strowman absolutely mullers Enzo, finishes with a running power slam, and that's it. Oh, and then it's Vince's turn to get the loot, because, Big Show comes out to square up to Braun, and they stand there long enough for Vince to rub a couple out at least. Braun's the one that backs down in the end, and then Big Show pops up to the announce table to say hello. Come on now, we all know the champion doesn't come out first. Cunt. It wasn't a bad match between them, like I've said for quite a while now. Reigns is just getting better continuously, just his character's shit. The best part of the match was probably Kevin Owens on commentary. Just Corey Graves couldn't contain himself because Owens was just all over Byron Saxton, just proper ripping the shit out of him. Eventually, Reigns looked close to ending it, obviously, and Owens runs in and attacks him and forces a disqualification. They double team him and try and lock him in the cage, but he counters and locks Owens inside instead. As Jericho's hanging onto the cage, he jumps up and Superman punches him, and then as he gets back up he finishes him off with a spear. After the match, Owens gets let down and Charles the Dwarf informs him that the match at Royal Rumble is going to be no disqualification as well. Well, what's the point in that? Owens' interference is Jericho, and Jericho's already been contained in a fucking cage, so no disqualification just means extra shenanigans for somebody else to come and save Kevin Owens. No, Jesus Christ, do we not have a better angle? Oh, that's better, thank you. I've pretty much finished saying what I was going to say. Corey, yes. Charlotte, no. Meh. I'm not quite sure if I'm still watching Monday Night Raw or if I'm watching the lesbian prison scene from Lady Vengeance, but Nia Jax was completely destroyed, whatever that bird's name was. After which she takes the piss out of Sasha a little bit more, then Banks comes down with the crutches, swings the crutches at her, hits her with the double knees off the apron. Yeah, it sort of like, it kind of worked, but it looked a bit forced and a bit fake to me, sorry. Rich Swann swans around backstage and he makes his way to the arena and he's in action next. So is the fact that she's a cock tease just her gimmick now? I don't quite get where they're going with this. Have they given her Eva Marie's old gimmick? Or are they just making it up on the fly as well? Fuck knows. Piss off either way. Rich Swann pretty much killed Muhammad Ali with his spinning hook kick. After the match he called out Nevel. Nevel comes to the door but he turns away last minute and tries to leave, so Swann just dives on him. They scuffle for a little while and then Nevel cheeses it. And on this week's thrilling episode of I'm still not going to watch it because there's enough wrestling in my week all fucking ready, it's Cedric Alexander versus Nevel. While Charles the Dwarf is interviewing Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar and Alicia Fox appear. Dar tries to call a truce between them, and Alexander agrees in regard to Alicia Fox, but then because he attacked him last week, he shoves him over. Fox is really good, to be honest. She's one of the better actresses on the roster. Maybe not that great in the ring, but everything else is good. This just announced for the Royal Rumble kickoff show to Sasha Banks and Nia Jax. And also, seeing as everyone's so disappointed that he's not going to be in the Royal Rumble, Shawn Michaels will be a special guest on the panel, and I'm guessing he's going to come to the ring and say something too. Before we get onto the horrible ending, let's just take a moment to laugh at Goldberg for knocking himself fucking stupid, forgetting his promo and trying to blame the crowd for hyping him up. He just stood there looking like a right fool. Well done. I don't really know what the point in that ending was. Goldberg came out, plugged the Rumble, plugged himself, Heyman came out, Brock came out. Just before Brock and Goldberg got nose to nose, the lights go out and The Undertaker appeared. And that was it, his music just played, and then the show ended. What the fuck happened with the live crowd? Did they just shake hands, walk away? Did they hug? Did they fight? Why hasn't anybody in the WWE ever been to a fucking theatre before? I've said this before. Just any of you, please, just go to the fucking theatre and just see how this sort of shit's done. Why didn't The Undertaker appear, and both of the other guys were on the outside on their ass? Like, oh shit, we've been hit and knocked out here, what's going on? Something like that. Or he could appear, shake them up, and then disappear again. Don't just leave all three of them stood in the ring, it looked fucking retarded. Let's just hope they deliver with the Royal Rumble because they've hyped the absolute shit out of it and try to make out like it's another WrestleMania, even though they did that with SummerSlam for the last few years. That's enough out of me for the time being. If you'd like to ask me questions or leave me abuse, I can be found on Twitter @BluntDamage. If you'd like to leave a comment with the video, you can follow the link in the description to the Botchamania site and do so there. And while you're on the Botchamania site, you can check out 10 quality years of Botchamania, obviously. The entire backlog of my Raw Rant all the way back to my written pieces, Vinny's midweek wrestling write-ups, and a shit ton more great stuff to keep you busy on the site. Also, if you like my theme music, the band are The Colour Fire, they can be found at www.thecolourfire.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.